Let's have a real conversation, man. Like, there's been some things that have been happening in my life that I don't usually like talk about it and all of that. And I'm just receiving some great change, man. Like, I'm not just gonna speak about it as if like it's something that's actually planned, right? Bro, like, if you're someone out there, man, um, who's like having this insight of becoming something in this world, man, like you have to know your place properly and learn how to follow what you have to do, man. You know, um, bro, like ever since I was known in the social media, man, like my life has changed, bro. Like, and I guess it comes with it, you know. When it all started, man, I wasn't like that person. I was like, okay, I wasn't that too excited because I've always told people that, man, like I've seen people, man, couple of years, man, when they blow up, they literally like celebrate, man, pop out some champagnes and all of that, bro. Like I never got a chance to do that, man. Right. Um, I ended up being in a situation like, okay, what I'm gonna do with this following, man? Like people are following me, and I'm just gonna be honest, man. Like I've always wanted to have a voice, um, not to actually become famous or influential, but I always wanted to have a voice, man, because we live in the world today whereby, in order for you to be able to get to interact with people, especially when it comes to the media and all of that, there's a certain number of people that you need to have, right? It doesn't have to be like a huge following, but whatever number that you're gonna have, or having people that are gonna literally like listen to you, they're gonna actually impact your life in a way that that channel expands, or whatever social media that you might be using, you know, just so you can actually get to so many people. And although it's not about getting to so many people, but having to use your energy to give to other people as well, so that it can actually be something very benefiting in their lives, man. Doesn't matter what it is, man. Like I've always wanted to have a voice like that, and when that happened, it was like, wow. Um, Finally, I'm gonna use my voice for something that is very really positive and change people's lives, man. Because don't get me wrong, man. I've always been the living consciousness of the sun. Just that I've always been behind the scenes, right? How behind the scenes? I'll just be honest, because something that I don't really talk about. Like I've had like people that I met not physically, but through cell phone, right? Connecting with the social media, like your WhatsApp and all of that, and connecting with them would literally like, man, I'm not making this up, bro. Like, would literally be in the ether, right? And start to do some things, man, in the spiritual essence that will literally bring changes, or like enter different planes in a group collective way, enter different planes and establish a foundation of bringing forth the great light or cosmic light that's going to change people's lives, man. You know, I've always been that person behind the scenes, the people that I wouldn't actually want to talk about in public. They'll definitely vouch for me that, yeah, we know Ra. We've always known Ra at some point, and we've worked with him spiritually to bring some great change. That's how I was working behind the scenes, you know. And before that, man, like I would literally, like it's something that I always talk about, that back at school, primary, I would like teach, okay, share knowledge, give people insight, wisdom, tell them about meditation, connecting, how it is important for you to be at your spiritual essence, man. At some point, I even used the Bible to try to, because I could see that people were too cling into this whole Bible thing. I was like, okay, let me actually be like a pastor, because I would actually enter the sermons at high school. I remember it was like primary. After that, high school, that's when I went depth into it. It was like, let me use the Bible to teach people how they have to read the Bible, you know, because the Bible is all about codes, scripted, all of those codes that you need to unlock in order for you to understand through numerology and astrology what the Bible is all about. went through a lot, man. Through a lot of experience. That's how I've always been behind the scenes, man. Time traveling, man, it's always been something that I've always did, and it's just been so amazing, man. Like it's not something that I've actually would like share a lot about, because it's gonna be hard. Like I always think it's gonna be hard for people to understand when I time travel what it really means, right? Until then, I time traveled, and as you guys know, with that, I tried to. Well, my aim was actually prevent an incident from happening, and that's what actually led me for people to like literally like know about me, man, at some point. And to me, it was like an introduction. Let me actually tell people who I am, really, right? Told people actually, bro, like I was open, man. I told people who I am, that I'm not actually off this planet. I'm not from this planet, you know. And I'm not the only person, man. I know that so many people definitely do relate to the very same thing, man. I know that I'm not the only one, bro. Like I'm telling you, I've met so many powerful star beings, man, that are not from this plane. But why am I talking about this today, man? Like, I hope I don't make this video very long, man. But why am I talking about this, man? Like, I'm just gonna be honest, man. Like, ever since I've been onto the social media, man, it's always been a thing of, okay, not that I made it, bro. Like, I don't think that I made it, man. It might actually look like that to you guys, but it's not like that. Trust me, man. That's where the influential part comes in, man. Like, yeah, man. Got into this thing, Lord. Let me take this and use it to my own advantage, because I was like in a session with myself. Okay, people are following me, and I've had like people sending me DMs on Twitter first time, because that's where many people know me from. Well, before, I would like post jokes on Twitter, right? I would actually post jokes on Twitter all the time on Facebook. I have like friends, man. I had like friends. I still think that they're my good friends, man, and more than friends and brothers, right? Before creating a Twitter account, man, like I met these guys, and it was like they were like trailing me. You know what? We are in this circle of trying to build numbers on social media. I was like, oh, okay, no problem, and I want to be a part of it. And they told me, so I'm this one person that when you tell me something, I listen, man. And when I listen, I'm too quick to make things happen. I remember then I was not even working. They were working, definitely, man. I had no job, man. I wasn't working. I was unemployed, and they told like these friends of mine told me how to build numbers. And I was the first, like, I was still on Facebook, I remember. I think I reached like 10K, and for some reason that account was scammed. And I was actually like doing music, man, then. And I was like, they told me like, listen, man, stop doing like this Facebook. Facebook is dead, bro. You need to focus on Twitter. And at that time, I didn't understand what Twitter was all about. I was like, okay, wait, Twitter's confusing, man. And they told me, no, Twitter is all about this, but everything else doesn't really matter. What matters now is to take whatever content you think that you can actually share and make that content to gain numbers. I was like, okay, bro, I was good at that, man. I would actually like master that. Okay, I can be able to grow numbers, man. That's when like like my friends now pages on Twitter to like certain number, like 2K, 5K, if I'm not mistaken. I don't quite remember well, man. Forgot, man. It's what's like back then in high school. I think it was in when was it? Around 2012, 2013. Then, right? 2012, 2013. Building numbers. But definitely, if I were to remember, it was after high school, man. I think I was in Rhadebelihle College, because I went to Rhadebelihle College, but I dropped out, man. I was never into this whole schooling thing, bro. Like, my mom was actually forcing me, because she was like, no, you have to have something, you know. Can't actually be like, you want to do music and do all of that, you know. Even though when I was doing music, my music was all about enlightenment, man. Definitely, it was all about enlightenment. I knew what I had to do, but I just was testing platforms, which platform can actually work out for me to actually be like a voice to so many people and change people's lives. And I dropped out, man. Like, I dropped out. So it was around those times, building numbers, man. Well, building numbers. And I surpassed my friends, man. Because why? I was at home, not working, and I had a lot of time to actually interact and engage with my Twitter, like with my Twitter people. That's when I was like, okay, this thing is actually, I was actually getting a hang of it, man. Damn. I remember when I created this Twitter account, it was 2016, man. I was like, okay, I get what this is all about. And it was easy for me to actually build up numbers, man. Before I know it, I was like on 30K. And I was only sharing jokes, but I was like balancing it. At some point, I'd actually share jokes, try to actually test some waters. Let me see if I share some knowledge about enlightenment, what's going to happen. And people are like, there's like few people who are interacting with that post, but people people knew me as somebody who shares jokes, bro. Like, and that's what this was all about, man. But it came at a time where I was like, no, what, fuck this, man. Like, let me stop sharing jokes, man. I'm on a mission. There's something that I need to do. That's when I actually started to share content, talking about wisdom. I would like actually get like one like, understand, or like one retweet. Sometimes I wouldn't actually get any like or retweet, but unless if I share jokes, like I would actually get like so many retweets, bro. And I was like, I don't like the fact that people now know me as somebody who shares jokes on this Twitter account, right? I was like, now getting persistent. What? Fuck this, bro. I'm no longer sharing any jokes because it feels like now I'm trying to beg for people to actually follow me, right? But I was gaining followers through jokes, man. I'm not gonna lie. Started to share content, man, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, telling people about enlightenment and all of that. Something that I've always known, man. I've always been in connecting with it, man. I came into this plane, man, as an ascended being, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Knew so many things, man, within. Right, it's always easy for me to tap into the knowledge and share it to so many people, but I'll always be like the person because I have different characters, man. I'm not gonna lie, I have so many different characters, man. I can be like this, can be like that. I think maybe it's part of the gift, right? I'd actually change characters and act as if I don't know such. At some point, act like this, because at some point I was really, really like afraid that what people think, because it was always dismissiful, man. Like when I start talking about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, people like look at me crazy. Having to actually take it back at school, man, like call me satanic, evil, because the things that I was actually talking about was really, really like great, my information. But for people who didn't understand, they'd actually call it names, because that's what happens in this world, man. When people don't understand something, they call it names, right? So I was building myself up, man, at a level trying to not to say get people's attention, but be a voice to so many people that might be confused, right? Then it happened that fast tracking everything, because I won't tell you everything, guys. Fast tracking everything, I got a job in Johannesburg, and I remember it was Training Force. I was working for a company called Training Force. It was actually a private company. I went there for a learnership. If I'm not mistaken, it was between 2018 2019, man. Bro, like I don't keep up with time and dates and years, because I'm way past that, man. Like I'm not really a person who follows all of that. But when I was around those times, got in the learnership of office administration, computer whatnot, administrate, like it was something related to that, man. I don't quite remember. And it was actually a good time, and I had made some friends. And I was still there, man, sharing knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and all of that. I got swamped into this company because they were like learnerships, but there was another different section of a company whereby now like there's like administrators working there. It's like your office administrators, management, and all of that. And my boss was like the person which I was under the learnership, who was hosting the learnership rather, was a woman, lovely woman, man, and Leanne Matthews. She took me in with my friend, and apparently we looked like very brilliant to her, right? And she was like, no, after the learnership, guys, I would like you actually to come and work for me, right? I'd actually give you contracts. I remember like the learnership didn't even finish, bro. Like we were supposed to actually go there after the learnership was done, but we actually should actually request us to come and assist. Before we know it now, we actually do learnership at the same time working part-time at the office, like the real deal office. working there, man. And as soon as the learnership like got finished, that's when now we actually became like signed the contracts and all that, man. So I think it was a Jews company, man. You know, just there's so many groups there, but it's just really beyond. So work there, man. Fast tracking everything. It was like yo, COVID-19, man. COVID-19. I think I'm actually messing up with days, bro, because it won't make sense. Because I think it was in between 2018, around there, 2018, 2017. I was in the learnership. I'm not sure, but I remember the time whereby it was actually the years where we actually getting too closer to COVID-19, right? I'm very sorry, guys. I'm unable to remember properly time because I don't keep track of time. And I remember though, but before it was actually like exposed that there's gonna be a time whereby people will have to take before the COVID-19, people have to actually take the jab. I remember, if it wasn't the time whereby we had to work from homes, right? It has to be like 2019 around there. Definitely should be like 2019, man. We'd like work from home. We'd like actually have a laptop, some of us, and would actually go to work on that specific day if it is important. But when time went on, like the restriction became even worse, man. Like now we had to actually work from home, right? Or unless if we have got a permit. And remember then they didn't actually create permits for us, the administrators. Will actually like work from home. You had like group chats and all of that, man. And I had a baby boy. I had a baby girl. Still swan child, right? And all of a sudden, man, from a group chat, I was like, listen, man, everybody don't take the jab, you know. This thing is actually they wanna attack all the black people. And I said this in the group chat, bro, in the group chat. Work from home. From home at work group chat. That's what I said. Don't take the jab. And I got dismissed because of it, man. And I'm gonna be honest though. I've had like some altercations whereby I'll challenge my boss, bro. Like if there's anything that's wrong, negative, I don't like somebody who mistreats other people badly. My boss, like I'd like to think that my boss was like that, you know. She didn't really care. She'll actually like mistreat other people at work. And she'll actually like laugh about it and make jokes and brush it off, like, you know, make it seem as if no, there's something wrong with her. Maybe there was. I don't want to judge, but I was like, nah, man, I don't like if you're a person that's like a management and mistreating your workers, man. I don't like that. I've always been that person, man. Like that's when I actually got voted to be in the part of the committee, the work committee. Before that, I was actually like a what you call this? I wanted to say project administrator. Project administrator, one of the leaders, which I was selected in the workplace, whereby I was actually like a president, you know, standing up for because we actually created this group at the workforce that we want our project managers, because we're project administrators, yes, all right. Our project managers needs to actually treat us good, right? Talking about the salary, treatment, the work, and all of that, and all the ethics. I was actually like being chosen to be a president for all the project administrators and working in hand. I remember the person that I was working in hand with, who was like a vice president, was like Umkonza, right? If I'm not mistaken, probably he's actually watching this. So we actually have those meetings whereby every week we'll actually brainstorm as project administrators, talking about how we're gonna deal with everything. And people really believed in me, man, because I was never afraid to speak up. Like I'm that person, man. Like have a gun, point a gun, bro, like point a gun, man, at me. I'm gonna stay true to what I speak without fear or favor, because I've always been that person that I'm gonna stand firm and make sure that I help people to see through what they can actually bring change in their own lives, right? I've always been that person. So I was never like, I'm just gonna actually shy away because I'm afraid that I might lose my job, right? Or something might happen. I've never been afraid of that, man. Like, So I was that person, bro. Like I was that person, and I was actually literally like keeping up with everything that I know that I'm gonna actually bring change into other people's lives, no matter what happens. So I was never been afraid. I was never been like afraid of anything or anything that has to actually do with that. So I was like, people actually had this belief in me, man. People like literally listening to everything that I say, and like I don't know, it goes with an energy aura. Some people would actually say that like people would actually say that I'm anointed, of some sort of anything that can actually change people's life. I've always had this thing where people tell me that, listen, man, you have to, like, you're gonna change people's lives. Oh, okay, no, I'm gonna do that. It's fine, no problem, man. I'm gonna actually focus on what I know right now. If it actually comes, it will come. Then I'll actually focus on that. But if it doesn't come, then unfortunately it won't come. Although I knew in my mind that yes, something like this is gonna actually happen. That at some point in time in life, I'm gonna change people's lives, man. And that was before I was actually known on the social media and all of that, bro. Like I was like, okay, I've had so many people telling me this, man. So as a president, man, I would actually brainstorm and talk about how we're going to deal with our project project managers, because they would like give us a lot of work. Corporate world, bro. Like if you know corporate world, man, like you don't get tired, man. If you've been in a corporate world and you go into a public sector, bro, like if you're working in a public sector and you're coming from a private corporate world, you know everything, man. They can't teach you anything. Like, you know everything. You know what it means to be pressured. So I was like that person, bro. Like, sorry, man, I just got distracted. I'm sorry. So I've always been that person, man, like helping people by all means and telling people the truth and making sure that people, they get really satisfied and actually growing themselves up into becoming this person that they would actually like look at themselves in the mirror and be like really proud. So I had like different altercations, like I told you, that I'd literally like stand firm for the workers, man. That is why I ended up I was actually being voted to be part of the one of the main leaders of the projects administrators. And before I knew it, man, like people were like, there's gonna be like a post whereby we want to select people who's gonna actually join the work committee, and people like selecting me. Well, like, okay, no problem, man, I don't mind. And it was like, I actually found out that many people voted for me, bro. Like it wasn't actually at my work sector. Even the people that didn't even know me, but like, okay, this guy is familiar. We know about this person. We always see him around. Because I wanted to pull out, because I had this thing in my mind, because with me, guys, like I see things before they happen all the time, man. Like it's not only having to time travel, but having to vision things and have it actually to see them like in a visionary way, having the perception to know what will happen. It was even worse, because the workplace where I was actually in, I've been there before, right? I was like taking parts and pieces of the things which I really need to collect to actually bring me forth to the realization that I'm in today, because everything happens for a reason, and it's only a few people who can actually be able to pinpoint and remember all of it, right? It's not everybody who can actually do that. I knew what was actually going to happen most of the time. Even the people that I knew, I was like, I know you, I know you, I know you, I know everybody that's here. But I knew what will take place all the time before it even actually happened. But I actually kept it to myself. And that was before I was well known, man. I remember at a workplace, bro, like there was like this traditional whatnot. And I was wearing the Zulu attire, I remember, and I was actually selected. They took a picture. They took a picture. I was in the middle. It was a Chinese lady and an Indian lady, and that portrait became like the main front page of the workforce book. And it was like, now I was on the billboards, bro, and in this upstairs, because like you'll have like the workplace will like actually had like different floors, bro, of rooms that will actually go up. You'd actually take a stairs or take like your elevator. Like you'd have all of that, but in all the entire workplace, even in the section where we didn't actually interact with our job equity and all of that, right? We'll actually have posters like that. And it was like, for the first time, bro, like a Zulu person having to have an attire representing, with the image that you see on my profile picture, man. It was it, bro. Like, Romani actually edited that, man, which I'm grateful for. Romani from Twitter. He likes editing and he's actually fixing the country. You guys must actually check him out. Check him out on Twitter, Romani. He's the one who actually created the photo. You see that photo that's on my profile picture? He's the one who actually created, but I'm gonna come to that, how it actually came to that realization. After that, man, like, people were like jealous, man. That's one of the reasons why I'm never meant to work for anybody, bro. Like, because people become so jealous, they start fighting me, they start to try to, pin me down. They start thinking that I'm using witchcraft. How's it that I'm like, my bosses were like, especially my boss, man, she really liked me. Like, I was treated like a king, bro. It's like I was invincible, but I actually like would do work all the time. Even though they tried to actually make it to turn against me, and it actually happened at the end of the day, but it is what it is. And I think that people were jealous, man, from the work management and the people. They were like, I threaten people because of the anointing that I have. They didn't actually understand it, right? Many people actually see through me, man, who I am really, and they actually talk about it, and they actually come to me. I'm like, okay, people know that who I am really. Things that I actually tell you all the time, but you guys might be thinking that, nah, I'm just lying and all of that, man. I'm the living conscience of the sun, bro. And doesn't even end there, man. It goes even beyond, right? But I'm not here to try to make you guys believe me. You can see it all the time. Some you can, some cannot. I'm not here to actually try to make you guys change. But I'm a person that's actually standing for the truth all the time, no matter what happens. Even if it means that I have to lose my breath, then so be it, man. So be it, bro. I'm that person. Fierce. Fear nothing. Stand for the truth. Until in the group chat, I said that don't take the jab, right? That's what messed everything, bro. Because even the people that were gunning for my downfall, at some point I'd actually say that I shoot myself on the foot, right? Because by saying that, it actually was like a final deal. Like, yeah, we're just going to use this to make sure that this guy, we get him fired, right? We get this guy fired. This guy is a threat. People listen to him. He's got this huge influence at a workplace. They couldn't actually, because it's one thing to try to get rid of someone, and it is another if you can't find anything to fault him with. Because I was that person. Even though I would actually stand up for the truth and speak against negative things, my work ethic, man, like with everything that I did, man, I'd make sure that I completed my work. At some point, even the people at the workplace that actually look at me as if I'm like a boss. And even my boss would be like jealous. Oh, what? Now, so Hector, because the people knew me as Hector. That's my second name, right? Oh, so Hector's your boss now. Should actually say something like things like that. It's not. It was like a matter of people looking at me as like, okay, Hector's got answers, man. This guy's got answers in everything that he says. Bro, like I can speak about this, man. It's not the first time experience. Every time when I'm in a workplace, I always have these challenges, man. Having to deal with people. Because the reason I'm saying this is people be like, yeah, wow, why don't you actually go look for a job? You don't understand. Some of us are not meant to work for anybody, man. It doesn't work out. Even though you might have actually get a job which you get paid like 50,000 rands, you won't even see that money. But if you can actually now start to be like work for yourself and do things your own, even if you get like 10,000 rands a month, you're going to see that money. It's a huge difference, man. Like, we're not all the same, you know. Until I said what I said, man, like, and it was like me shooting myself on the foot, because they were like, yeah, we're going to use this against him now. Because they wanted me out. Right? I actually even realized that the person that I wasn't even working with because of what I said, because they said to me that I'm a racist. I'm a racist. I need to take back my words. And apparently, if I did take back my words, I'm like, okay, listen, I'm sorry. You know what? What I said was a lie. I was like, no, I'm not going to say that, man. I'm not going to say that. Right? And at that time, I needed to get money to pay. I mean, I needed to actually get money to buy milk, right? To buy Pampers for my daughter, man. But I risked it, I risked it all, bro. I risked it all. I was like, no what? I'm not gonna kiss nobody's ass, bro. I said what I said. I needed to say it. I needed to say it, and those who are listening to me, they will be careful. As a matter of fact, man, like at a workplace, I changed many people's lives for nothing, for less, for free. I'm not that type of a person. If you and I need to consult, I need to be at a certain, I need to be at home and do all of that. No, I do it anyway. Anyway, and I would actually help people at a workplace. Like most of the time, I'd spend my time, even though I'd actually keep up with my work, stay behind and do a lot of work. Half of my energy, man, I would actually give it to people and actually healing them. And I've saved many, bro, like I've saved many people's lives, man. I've saved many people's lives. It was actually part of the purpose of what brought me closer to where I am today. Because I remember when my contract was actually terminated, man, I had a decision to make. Do I fight these people or do I just sign a contract? Man, I signed the contract, bro. I signed the termination contract. And if I actually fought against them, I was actually gonna win. But something told me that, like, just let this job go, man. Because this is your last job that you're gonna work. Right? Especially in the corporate world, right? Because the corporate world, man, is so evil, man. One day I'll make a video and tell about the corporate world, man. Especially if it actually involves Jews. So many rituals they use and capture people, especially black people, not to be slaves and not to actually be free and work and even dream to think that I want to grow beyond from this job opportunity and be in other places. They have rituals and crafts which they put in the workplace to entrap everybody there, so that you don't have actually authority to fight or strength until you wake up and dust yourself off, and start doing something, and even maybe make your consultation and start to actually look for a job elsewhere and start to see your life changing, man. I'll make a video about that. I've changed many people's lives, man. Like, many people who knew me, I would actually tell people it's gonna rain, thunder. I would tell people I'm calling out rain, literally, and it would actually happen. Before, they would actually look at me crazy. But when I did it, man, I think at some point that's what made people to be afraid of me at some point, because people are like now literally becoming afraid. But the real authentic people that really loved me, they will actually appreciate my gift and all of that. I've saved many people's life, man. I remember this lady was close to die, man. They were like traditional healers, and my boss knew me that I had this power, right? Because I helped her at some point in secret, right? And she'd actually call me, Hector, come, there's an incident here. I'd actually rush. No, I'm on my way. I would take a taxi, right, from the East Rand, go to Johannesburg. Every day, I would take a taxi. At that time, she called me, Hector, come, there's an incident. Someone is actually laying down around the gate, right? And I went there. I was like, okay. I saw like traditional because in the workplace where I was working, it wasn't actually like like they would actually, if you were a traditional healer and you can't go through healing, I mean a traditional training, they wouldn't mind if you're wearing your attire. But anyway, it was a private company. Like, as long as you actually speak why, it wasn't actually you necessarily talking about it, but there was not a problem. So I remember there was like two traditional healers. They were like bowing down, clapping hands, trying to wake up this lady, because she was like, her eyes were rolled up, consciousness out. She was like literally to what people said. Because when I got there, man, I did like, bro, like I whispered in her ears, bro. And I said some things, which was like something simple, wake up. And I remember I roared like a lion, right? I had to actually intertwine with the energy to the essence of recollecting the consciousness, connecting to her ancestors, so that you can actually bring her back into the reality. What people were saying that I brought her back to life. I'm like, I do not know, right? What I know is I found the lady, her eyes were rolled up. And it was more like, now she couldn't actually breathe. There was no like breath coming out. And around people, like, they tried to actually wake up, but she couldn't wake up. But when I came there, I touched her, I whispered in her ear, and immediately she woke up, or she got back into her conscious came back. And the paramedics now that are coming, they were actually pushing me away. It's as if like, I don't know, man, it was really weird, bro. It was actually two ladies, but I actually was able to interact with one. And when I went to the other, she was really conscious. And just that now, she had to actually be in a full scale of her waking up. And I remember the top bosses, people were looking at me when I woke up that lady. And even the traditional healers, two of them were amazed. The other one came personally to me, like, wow, how did you do that? We were so shocked that this woman's breath is actually out completely, right? But I think maybe she was going through an episode or something. I'm not sure, because later I actually found out that she was actually spiritual. It might be that she was actually being attacked, because that's what I'm saying, that in the Jews company, because that's one of the reasons. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. In the Jews company, there's so many secrets, man. I've actually stole so many secrets there physically. What they do to entrap black people. And I'm not trying to be like negative and all of that, man. Like, she woke up. The paramedics came, because in the company where we work, there were like different companies, right? At the same place. It was a private sector. And we had like the special room whereby there will be, if maybe you're sick, you would actually go and confide with them, and they'd actually give you something, you know. Sometimes it was part of you, if you want to actually even go to the extent of paying every month from the workplace, would actually do that. But if you want to go there generally to consult, they'd actually help you and give you help here and there. So there were paramedics ready, and they took her so quickly, because now her consciousness was actually awoken, and they took her inside, and she became better, man. She became better. And when I went back to the office, people were, bro, like, you saved her life. People were saying that to me, she was dead. I came, whispered in her ears, touched her, and she woke up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, her name is Umbali. That's her name. Because I know people were like, nah, Ra, you're lying, man. And unfortunately, I can't get evidence, because I know people like, where's the evidence? There were people that were there looking at me, even the bosses. But I remember after that, people didn't like me, bro. I'm telling you. People started to be afraid of me. And my intention, I didn't want to actually showcase my ability, man. Because, bro, like, I have abilities, man. One of the reasons why I don't want to interact with the people that I consult with, because I don't want you actually guys to actually think that there's something wrong with me, man. Like, I've got this healing energy, bro. Like, if I touch you, I can heal anybody from anywhere in the world. But when I'm physical, it becomes even more intense, right? It becomes more intense. After that, man, like, people didn't like me, bro. People were talking about me. I remember I met this lady. She told me that, are you the guy who brought back that girl into life? In my mind, I wanted to be like, no. Because every time when I help people at a workplace, I would actually tell them, don't tell people that I helped you, please. Please don't tell people that I helped you. Keep this in secret between you and I. That's what I would actually tell people. I'd help people in secret. And I would literally see if I need to help you because I will actually feel it, but I'll actually give myself time that you will come to be because I've seen it before, and you will definitely come. So this lady was like, are you this guy who actually brought back that girl into life? Back to life? I was like, in my mind, let me say no, it's not me. I was shy about it, and we're like, well, I don't think I brought her back into life because I'm trying to be humble about it, but yeah, I'm that guy because I was known as somebody who brought someone back into life. Imagine now if that was like more in public. When they're gonna call me a scam, because that's what it gets to all the time. This is a scam, he's using this, he's using that. And at that time, bro, I have nothing that I'm using. It's just a genuine energy because I'm the living consciousness of the sun. I'm not trying to sell this to you, but I'm telling you the truth, right? The moment when I said, yes, I'm that guy, she cried in tears, bro. Like this lady, it's actually weird. This lady, she was like working under a security, like she was a security, like she was working for a security company, a training force. She was a woman. She started to cry, bro. She said to me, I've been going to so many traditional healers. I have a problem with my menstruation. It's not healing. I can't become even intimate with somebody. Blood is always coming out. That's what she said to me. And I was really affected by that. I told her, go grab a bottle of water and I'm going to pray for it right now. And that's what I did. I manifested healing. When I pray, because that's another thing. You see, if I pray for you on the phone, man, I'm not trying to, I pray because I don't want to scare you guys. I can literally touch something and not even pray and transmit my energy into it. And you'll start to get the healing. I was like, praying, pray, because I don't want it to be like, okay, how is it that this person is actually saying that he's going to bless this water, but this person is not even praying for it. So I pretend as if I'm praying, but in my mind, I know what I'm doing, speaking with my internal force that I have in power, connected with the nature and the ether, because I'm the living consciousness of the sun, right? There's an element of fire and all of that, man. Give her the water, bro. She literally cried, man. And I wasn't even in a position to help her. But I remember that even though I would actually see her, I knew that there's something wrong with her. But I waited for her to come to me, because if I went to her, it wasn't going to be really genuine. Only to find out that after the incident that happened, when I saved that girl, right? She started to make a topic about it. And I was like, yes, she started to cry. Then she told me a problem and started to help her. And that's part of the thing that really broke my heart, because by the time I got fired, I was actually even chased out like a dog. It was in actually training force, man. Right? In Johannesburg. One of the branches. I actually don't remember what exactly. Parktown. Yeah, definitely. In Parktown, there's a school, boys' school, high. I don't know if it's primary or high school, but it's there's a school opposite with there's only boys. I actually forgot but it's in Parktown. Training force, workforce, training force, one and the same thing, different companies, man. So that's when I got fired. I remember that I was able to help that lady, but not only her, bro. I helped a lot of people there at work. I helped a lot of people, man. I helped a lot of people. Bro, I helped a lot of people for less, for nothing, for 5 rands. Got fired. I was chased like a dog, like I'm somebody who stole something. Because I remember there was a woman who came at a management at a very same section. I think that woman at some point, they tried to use her to intimidate me. But bro, I sent that energy back to her, bro. She literally saw that, hey, this person is not to be messed with, man. Because I'll actually tell you straight in your eyes without fear of favor. Now, do you mean to tell me that I'm going to have to work? Because I remember my boss was like, it was difficult for me to take instructions. And that's the truth. Especially if that instruction does not actually understand something that is generally making sense when it comes to work ethics. I never took instructions, but I was a person that I would rather give instructions that are proper and not follow rules. I wouldn't actually follow rules that were rules that mistreat people or workers. I will never do that, bro. If anything that has to do with that, I will never follow that. That's how. You mean to tell me that I'm going to be able to work with somebody for somebody else? No, bro. It was hard for me to follow because, bro, I'm a starseed, man. Like, anything that has to do with the system, the matrix, that doesn't go along with what needs to actually serve people and humanity or people that are living in this world, I'd always go against it, bro. And it actually look like I'm up against the matrix. It's not that I'm up against the matrix or anything, but anything that has to do negative thing to treating somebody or mistreating someone, if it has to be a rule or ethic, it might be a principle or anything, bro. Like, I don't want that, man. I want that rule to change immediately, or that principle immediately. Do or die. I'm the person. Got chased, bro. Got fired. In my mind, I'm thinking, damn, man, how am I gonna like buy my baby girl, man, like milk and all of that, bro. But you know, like, the universe works in wonders, man. I was able to actually, man, like, I got a job. Which is weird, man. Like, when I was fired, I told this girl, damn, man, I forgot her name, man. I told this girl, like, guys, I didn't actually tell people what happened, but I know that there were like 2 colored guys, because in the workplace there were like so many colors, bro. One of them was Keegan. Damn it, the other one I forgot his name, man. I hope he was probably watching this video. Like, how can you forget me, man? He really liked me, and he had like curly hair. Damn, I forgot his name, man. But they walked me out. I told them, like, I just got fired. And they were like really shocked. What? So you got fired because you were warning people about don't take the jab and all of that? Like, yeah, man. I remember when I got fired, I told this lady, she would actually take care of the storage of the packages when it comes to the books, stationery, because like we'll have like clusters under the workplace, like and because we'd actually now give learnerships to these children who are the new kids that are going to join in, package them their book pack and all of that, their clusters and all of that. But this lady was like, she was the one who was she'd actually take care of such, you know, anything that has to do with the storage and all of that, the clusters. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, I told her, I'm leaving, guys, but you're gonna see me you like the next time. Then I said to her, we're gonna meet on television. That's what I said to her. Didn't even know what I was actually saying, bro. I told her straight, like, the next time you're gonna see me on television. That's what I told her. I didn't even have any idea what that meant. Like, didn't even have any idea what that meant. Fast tracking everything, bro. That's me. I remember I started to I made a TikTok channel. I would actually do skits. A lot of you guys might know me from TikTok doing skits. After that, I made a YouTube channel. And because I had this knowledge how to grow numbers, I'd actually use my skits to grow numbers, because I was like, now, Lord, let me grow numbers. And as soon as I get that level of reach of people following me, I'm going to start dropping knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Again, something that happened on Twitter when I used to share jokes, it came along whereby I was sharing jokes on my TikTok channel and do like skits. And I was like, no, let me stop doing this nonsense, man. Let me start dropping knowledge. That's what I did. Started to drop knowledge. Till I made a post, but my time traveling, boom, blowed up on Twitter. Was on social media, everywhere people talking about me. Internet, Opera Mini, like I would actually have so many posts following each other all the time, man. To the point that they actually banned me from the internet because I was taking over the platform of the Opera. Got calls from Daily Sun, wanted to get my story. Daily Sun is crazy, man. Like they wanted to run my story, but the reason why they didn't run my story is because I told them, they were like, who are you? Are you a Sangoma Inyang? I was like, no, I'm none of those things. I'm the living consciousness of the sun. And imagine now they're writing about the living consciousness of the sun on the Daily Sun. Like, and even when I told them who I am. I told them straight, like, guys, I'm not lying. I told them straight that I'm not from this plane. I'm from a different planet, right? Because this person was on the phone writing my story down. They wanted to hear a sound of my story. I was like, listen, man, that's who I am. Bro, like, do you mean to tell me that when they were going to write that on Daily Sun? Never mind the fact that I'm saying that I'm the living consciousness of the sun, writing about me as the sun on the Daily Sun. But everything half of the things that I've said there, because it was all about, sorry about that, I got distracted. So it was all about the Shona Ferguson. They wanted to get the side of my story, asking me like different questions and all of that. I was like, even though I would actually give them half of the answers related to that, but I would actually give them a background who I am really, because they were like, who are you? And what is it that you're talking about? Did you initiate? I'm like, no, I never initiated, man. I'm like this, bro. Like, I've always had this knowledge. And the time opened up to the point that whereby now I have to like raise people's consciousness, man, and vibration. And it wasn't only me having to be exposed or be known like that. I was preparing for everything that had actually transpired, or I mean, that actually happened in initially, like in terms of the awakening. Because so what I told people, ever since I've been like active, I've been known the way that I did. What happened? The nature changed. The whole entire nature of the sun, which is my essence and my blood, became even highly vibrated. Right? Because I came out. I wasn't actually supposed to come out. I was supposed to be behind the scenes. Right? But the star families of this cosmos that actually wanted me to be in public, because now the time was not on my side. I needed to do everything that I had to do. And 1 + 1, I mean, 1 + 1 added to a 3, and everything happened. And that's when I was known on the social media. Coming down to why am I making this video? Why am I making this video? Bro, I've realized that ever since I've been in these platforms, man, like, I've been giving my energy to so many people, and I'll never stop. It was way better when I was doing it behind the scenes, but now that I'm public, more of my energy is got to be used. And that also endangers my life, because I've had like people trying to kill me, agents trying to kill me, sending other people. Bro, like, I would actually talk about it, but I don't want to actually really talk about it. But so many things happened. Right? People want my energy, I'm giving it to them. And there's another change that's actually happening within me, man. One of the reasons why I'm making this video. I come to ask myself, am I really adding value in your lives, guys? Am I really adding value? Some of you say that yes, you are. Some of you are like, no, you're not. Never mind what haters say, but coming to a point of paying attention when I come across those posts or people replying to my videos. I don't think that I'm doing enough. There's so many things that I've actually been afraid of, man. For starters, man, I've been afraid that people are gonna call me a scam, because, man, like, we're living in the world whereby, like, what I'm doing right now, man, I had to buy enough data to make this long video. And when I post the video, man, it drags, bro. Like, it's big gigs. So I'm actually like giving energy to you guys, and at some point I have to actually get it back. I've always been afraid to like charge people, because people like think that I'm a scam and all that. And because of it, man, I don't think that I'm able to use the platforms the way as I'm supposed to be, because at some point there are the channels that whereby I need to pay in order for me to actually have that full access, and you guys need to also pay back as well at some point. And I've always been afraid of that, but I've come to a realization that yes, I'm adding value in your lives, but it's not enough, because now I'm getting limited because I'm afraid to do some other things because of what you guys are going to think. And I'm now going through a different phase of a change. And I'm like, listen, man, I have to do what I have to do, making sure that I give people my full entire energy. And if it means that people have to pay for it at some point, they're going to have to do that. Not they're actually having to force anybody, but I'm just being genuine and real about it, man. Or I'm just being genuine and be real about it. It's coming to that point, bro, you know. I want to build an empire, man. Something that actually brings some great change into people's lives. A spiritual empire. Something that people will actually like, bro, like, it's in the AM right now, man. If I'm mistaken, it's like around 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. making this video, bro, because I don't really sleep, man. If I'm adding value in your life through my videos, I'm grateful that you feel like that. But I don't think that I am fully, or having to have a full channel or channels of access to do that. For starters, it'll come to a point that I stop this consultation thing. But consultation is really draining me, man. And I haven't had so much time of my own because I've been focusing on helping so many people through these consultations. I remember when I uploaded up on Twitter, I was like, guys, I'm going to help you for free. And the moment when I saw the mass of people that were growing and sending me DMs, because the reason why I said that, people are begging me, please help me. I didn't want to help them because I knew that I can't help people entirely for free, although I might want to do that. At the moment when I start charging people, I'm going to be called a scam. That's why now people have been calling me ever since. I went back to the drawing board. Yes, I told people that I'm going to help them for free. People came in numbers. Okay? My conscious essence connected to my guides were like, no, you can't help people for free. I was like, but I want to help people for free. I went to consult, like how to consult. Like I went to actually talk to people about it. Like people who actually been doing something like this. And they advised me, no, you can't help people for free. Can't do that. This is your energy. At that time, I didn't actually look at it that way. But the moment when I saw the numbers rise, I'm like, okay, wow. So it means that I'm going to help the whole Johannesburg for free. If it was whereby I'm actually interacting, people having to come to me, I definitely know that if helping people like that, they were going to actually give me some offerings of what they have, even though I tell them that I'm helping them for free. But now it's data. It's A-time. All of that, man. I was okay, let me charge people, but let me make it affordable. That's what I did. My initial stage was like, let me consult like 1,000 people, man, and then take a rest or just stop there. Because I didn't want to do it forever, bro. Like, I'm this person who's like, although I might be who I say that I am to you guys, I'm this person that I've always believed, not actually believed, but I've always had this insight that I can actually make money in my great ideas of becoming creative. Other than like having to wait for somebody to come to me and consult and make money. Either way. Because it was two options, man. Like you never want to find yourself having to increase money and now going above and above because now you want to make food from it. Because now you want to make it to be like something that sustains you. Because at the end of the day, if you're too focused on one thing, you end up like having to increase the prices. I didn't actually want it to be at that level, right? I wanted to actually make it affordable, although I actually made increasement in some years for a reason, because some people like now, because I was actually paying like, charging people less, people disrespected me, bro. Like, you know, you get people calling me, yo, bro, yo, what's up? Yo, man, I would actually take that, bro. I would actually take that, man. Although it was disrespectful, I was never like, why are you saying bro to me? I would actually let it go. People started to disrespect me. People were like having to be in a consultation. Like, no, I don't feel like consulting with you anymore. I don't mind you actually having, but the attitude, it was like, okay, people are disrespecting me because I'm less. Because that's what happens most of the time. When you charge people less, they disrespect you. I didn't have any booking. I increased the price of my consultation and the booking. And people started to respect me, man. I'm telling you, people started to respect me when I did that. And I didn't want to do that. See, I'm a person, the way you react to me or treat me, I make changes because of that. And this is going to affect everybody at the same effect. Because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that were mistreating me badly. They showed me that I'm too lenient. I was like, okay, these people think that I'm too lenient. They think that I'm too weak. Let me add this and this and all of, like, bro, like, things started to change, man. When I start, because I didn't even actually have any booking, I started to make bookings. In order for you to actually consult with me, there's a booking fee and there's gonna be a consultation fee. That's it. Take it or leave it, bro. I was like that. So I remember on Twitter, people were like, yeah, right, this guy is a scam. Because that's what it gets to anyway. Even though you're genuine about anything, if you start charging people online, you're a scam. And you get to see people commenting about it. People that never even actually tried to reach out to you. Oh my God, it's a scam. Right? I was known for that. Which I understand, you know. People, when they don't know you, they start talking trash. That's what you get when you help people. Right? So, man, like, conversation is draining me, man. And I've actually been thinking of ways how to reach out to people. Because I'm like thinking of, I'm going to start a course right now. I mean, like, the same things that, like, bro, like, I'm changing a lot of things, man. I've been this person that, I think I've spent, ever since I blew up, I've spent years listening to what people are saying to me. Or what people are asking me to do, and I actually be trying to do what they're actually asking me to do. I've never been the person that, let me make my own decisions. And now I'm starting to do that. Without fear of favor anymore, man. Because, guys, you want to see me grow as you guys are growing, right? And obviously at some point, you're going to have to actually take something out of it, or a piece of your energy to give it to me in order for me to actually grow the platform, in having to actually interact and have these tools to change your guys' lives, have this quality content and all of that. It has to actually come to that at some point, right? So I'm this person like, I'm going to have to actually make some changes, although it might be not comfortable to some other people, man. I know that I'll actually be reaching out to real followers, man. People who really are there, who really believe in me and everything that I say. Oh, people that whereby I'm changing your guys' lives, right? So I just wanted to tell that I'm going to make some few changes. Don't be surprised. Don't think that something's wrong. Nothing is wrong, man. I'm actually, although I always tell you guys that there's a certain transformation that you're going to actually receive. I also receive transformations, man, like you. I also receive transformations, man. Like, I take it easy, man. Days are not the same sometimes. And at some point, I think that when I come out here making videos, I'm not too real, man. Entirely. Because I'm afraid that what you guys are going to think, like, Ra, what's wrong with Ra? Sometimes, but now I'm over that, man. I'm over that, bro. Like, there's a certain change that I've just received to level up everything that I have to do to make sure that I bring change into your guys. I don't care about the 10,000 or whatever followers or subscribers that I have on any other social platforms. I care about that 1,000 or 2,000 people that are really genuine with real love. Because I know that most of the time, man, I would have like, let's say I'll have like 1 million subscribers on my YouTube channel, and only like 5 or 4% of the people are real. The rest are just like there, but they're not entirely there. I want to open up this door to have an interaction with you guys, to connect with you entirely. Not to say that I've never been connecting. I have been connecting with you, but now I want to grow that essence and that energy, man. And I'm going to need your assistance greatly, right? I'm giving you energy. I'm giving you guys my energy all the time. And that's what I'm living for. I'm the living consciousness of the sun. I'm not from this planet. I've always been truthful to you guys. I've always been truthful to you guys. Like, I've always been truthful to you guys. I never lie. And I'll do about anything if it means that I'm going to drop music, I'll do that. If it means I'm going to drop a book, I'm going to do that. If it means that I'm going to drop a course, I'm going to do that. Trying to interact with your guys to make sure that you start to be at the highest level of your essence, because time is not on our side, man. Time is not on our side. So what I'm saying, man, expect some great change. How I do and convey my videos, man, it's gonna change all of it, man. It's gonna change, man. Now I'm getting into real root work of making sure that you guys become at the best level of yourself. So accept this change. Don't look at me as if like there's something wrong, man. You need to grow and have the experience of expanding. And I'll have to share my shared differences of experience for you to actually guys relate to it. Because now it's all about relation. So I'm going to create a community. The community is going to actually, it's active, right? It's active, and definitely, man, go to my description. You're going to see like, there's going to be a free course that I've made, and it's going to be like a community which you guys are going to have to pay a monthly subscription every month, right? I'm not actually coming here selling this to you guys. It's going to be a choice. I'm not forcing anybody, right? And it's not going to be very less. It might be not affordable to some of you guys, but do know that this is going to improve my content and everything, and it's going to also change your life. It's going to be something very authentic and very real. Things that I'm going to share there, it's going to be like a private community, right, for people to join. People that I'm going to share there are the things which I can't be able to actually talk about them on this platforms. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about things which I literally talk about in other platforms. It's going to be like private things. I'm only going to talk about it in the community when you have made a payment subscription every month. So it's a choice. I'm not forcing anybody. I'm actually trying to tell you that this comes with a huge change, and definitely, man, you're gonna get like premium interaction with me. You're gonna get to be closer to me, right? And obviously it's gonna actually expand for you to actually understand what it's going to be all about. All right, so expect some great change, man. If you're going through a change right now, doesn't matter what it is, physically, spiritually, mentally, do that. Don't think twice about it. You have to change your life for the greater good. And if it means that's something that is positive to prolong your life, then you do that. As long as if it's real and authentic, then you do that. At some point, I think that I'm trying so hard, and I'm trying so hard to make sure that you guys get to be further away from all that is false reality and be in the true aspect of who you are. But I'm going to take it down now, take it easy, and be free. Not to say that I've never been free, but I'm going to be like, you're going to see a different side of me, man. Because I read your comments. People are like, Ra, you're too fast, bro. You're too slow. And when you're saying that I'm too slow, I start to actually pace up. When people saying that I'm too fast, I start to actually slow down. It ends up becoming confusing with the comments that you guys make. Ra, you like this. Ra, you like that. To hell, all the introductions and all that, man. I'm stopping all of that, bro. Like, you're going to see, man. I hope you're going to be still subscribe to this channel to see what I have in offer for you guys. And expanding the channel, as always, it's important so that we can grow in numbers and help so many people. I have to rest now, guys. I'm gonna post this video definitely, man, afternoon. And I think maybe now, damn, I don't have a clock around with me here. Okay, my other phone is here. So what time it is? 2:20 a.m. in South Africa. That's what it means, man, making you guys content. If there's something that I need to lay down and speak about it, I'm gonna come out, man. If it means I have to wake up from my bed, I'm gonna do that. Definitely, bro. But yeah, it is what it is. I love you so much. Stay well, stay blessed. Love and cosmic light.